Your own bio on Instagram openly says enhanced. Why are you so honest?
You cannot do this naturally. If I don't use performance enhancing drugs, I cannot do what I do. Everybody else in the world is doing it. I won't name, but I hate these people who are calling this a lifetime native. While I know there's some people, I have administered substances and they claim on Instagram they're lifetime native. I'm like, God.
6 times world championship. And that too in between your IT career.
Yeah.
What does it take to be one of the strongest in the world?
You wake up and sleep to it. Everything else aligns to it.
This is priority and everything else revolves around. Let's do some jaw drop moments. What is your numbers?
270 on the squat, 155 on the bench, 295 on the deadlift.
Wow.
If there's something that you would like to change about the sport,
Athletes should be free. Making money on athletes' back has to go. Corruption exists everywhere.
My God.
going like heavy barbarian things, how do you look at managing injuries?
Injuries happen regardless of what.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, I'm the one who's injured the most.
6 times world championship. And that too in between your IT career.
Yeah.
I mean, really, what does it take to be one of the strongest in the world?
I don't know. For me, it was the same thing. Just see how far I can go and keep it there.
No, it's very hard to keep pushing when you have a job and you have to like take care of it.
So yeah,
all
like I said, it
yourself.
went through that period of schooling, then early career, then you grow into your career. I was subsequently heading project management in IT infrastructure in the EMEA region. So our projects used to be on-site, not like how we have project managers in off-site arrangements. I mean, like online, sorry. So we would be on construction sites because your IT infrastructure means end-to-end of whatever is controlled by a data cable, be it your building management systems, perimeter security, access controls. Network is of course there, but the other infrastructure, building systems, anything and everything that can be controlled by a data cable remotely sitting somewhere was our deployment. So we used to walk a lot. That was physically demanding as well.
Wow.
And Middle East, before the AC is brought into the building, so that's how the jobs used to be. So actually work with the engineering guys, the workforce. Our outfit used to be like similar, no? Wearing the safety PPEs, helmet and the
While you were doing all of that, you were winning world titles.
Yeah. I mean, it's
That's the
really
question.
It's really amazing. I mean,
to be honest, right, if I have to say it aloud, there is no balance.
I kind of agree.
There is no balance.
At
I mean,
this point
it's very
in my
difficult to
life.
say that at that level in any sport, especially for this one, you wake up and sleep to it. Everything else aligns to it. Yeah, of course, you do earn, you do take care of your family, children. I have kids who are 18 and 15 now. All of that is fine, but the balance is how society sees it to what I do is very different.
Yeah.
Maybe they have a similar one, but their priorities may be making money or whatever. Mine is to compete. Mine is to be as long as I can. So everything else around, right from the time I wake up to sleep, is around this.
This is priority and everything else revolves around this. Yeah, which is something that I think we are doing right now.
No, unless that's there.
But for someone, who is listening to you right now and doesn't know enough about powerlifting and not watch the sport, right? Squat, bench, deadlift. Why these three? Like, what do they reveal about the body?
I think they're the starting point of strength. And for a lot of reasons, even Mark Rippetto, the famous guy, he had his book called Starting Strength, and he had this 3 and then some compound movements. If not anything else, at least this. This is how I look at powerlifting movements. Squat is, again, it's a quad movement, so-called by bodybuilding, but it is full body. You have to be stable with all of this. Similarly, bench, though it's chest press, but the way we bench for performance, right from our calf, quad, glute, the thoracic spine, the trunk, chest, arm, everything is engaged tight.
Yeah.
For lifting heavy weight, you have to be synced in. The kinetic chain has to go all the way to the floor. You can't be peace. I can lie down like I'm sleeping on a sofa and then press. I can. It's not optimal, not performance.
Correct.
For bodybuilding, it's good because it's isolation.
Correct.
So same thing goes to deadlifts. It's a whole body movement.
Yeah.
So I think the concept of these 3 lifts being considered as the top, which I'm not very fond of, let me come to that, I'll tell you why, is coming in from there. If not anything else, then at least this. But do we stop here is the question. Because my methodology that I have evolved, called the ASI method, it comes in from the old school, blended with all the possible movements. As in, strength moves as SBD, yes, for competitive reasons. Then there's hypertrophy, which is myofibrillar hypertrophy. We need that. So a lot of hypertrophy goes into our training, my approach. Then there's conditioning, not on a treadmill, but carrying, pushing, pulling, throwing, dragging
Yeah.
stuff.
So you get your clients to do all of that?
Yes, absolutely. And that's why we stand apart. And in terms of the team itself, everyone is jacked and strong, not other way around. I don't want to again be judgmental, but when you can, we have one life. If you can get all of it, then why not? Why don't want to be fat and strong or whatever? I mean again, again, this could be contended, but it is how it is. One life, make as much use
No,
of
I
it.
agree with you.
100%.
Yeah.
So that's the methodology of training. And this is where I say that you can squat, it is good. But if you can walk your squat, it's even better.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. If you can deadlift, it's good. But what if you carry your deadlift? It can't get worse, right? Walking is good. Loaded walking is even better.
Amazing.
Because what we need is structural loading
Yeah.
for the skeletal system to optimize its
Yeah.
density. So that's the approach. It's very simple. Not again, I don't like to quote researchers and this and that. It's common sense. Walking is good, lifting weights is good.
Exactly.
Together it should be better only.
Exactly. But let's do some jaw drop moments. What is your numbers on these things?
The
Yeah.
best have been competitive on the platform is what we take into
of course.
consideration. 270 on the squat, 155 on the bench, and 295 on the deadlift. So that's in kilos at a body weight.
course.
Huh?
Of course.
Okay, yeah, not. So sometimes people take it as pounds. They're like, 250, 270 pounds is still 120 kilos. That's in kilos.
Oh my God.
So roughly about 720-ish is the max total that I
Yeah.
have. And unfortunately, the thing is, I got into competitive side of it towards the later half of my career. So the first competition I stepped in, I already had a 230 cleared squat, 152 bench, and a 275 deadlift. The very first time I stepped on the platform.
Wow.
So because we train to get strong, to get muscular, and someone told us, why don't you give a shot at power?
Yeah.
I was like, that would be a joke. I said, no, just go do that. Fine. And same thing happened in bodybuilding when I did this show. I had put on during COVID. We were on the field. I ate anything that was possible on the ambulance crew. And then I thought, okay, let me cut fat. I cut some fat. One of my friends said, like, why don't you go do a show? I was like, come on, I'm a powerlifter for life. He said, no, you just shred and go stand there. I'll teach you posing. And I did that. And I won Mr. India in my age and weight category.
My God.
Of course, it took 1.5 2 years, but I'm saying, so a lot of this is...
But you gave it a shot and it's so nice. Like you just switched from power.
I see whatever I took up in strength or any goal, that becomes everything at that time. The only thing I wake up and sleep to. So at that time, strength was not the concern.
That's my takeaway from you.
Yeah, focus.
Yeah.
That's the currency.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Wake up and sleep.
But
to
since we're talking about powerlifting, mainly a lot of powerlifters here, they would go to a stage like Worlds, self-funded, win medals, come back and work in a desk job because they need to make money. And you've spoken about building a federation. If there's something that you would like to change about the sport, what will that be?
I wouldn't say I would want to build a federation, but I would say what should be there in a federation. First is the athlete's focus. Today we have everything but that. We have federation.
You mean focus on the athletes?
Focused on, see, everybody talks about being focused on the sport and growth and all that. But I think this is just lip job. Nobody is actually worried about the athlete. They just want to make their name bigger. What I mean to say is athlete focused, even though you may be a top medal winner for India, but the federation is still going to skin you for it because I won't name, but any such competition, they will charge you roughly about 1.5 times to 2 times the actual fare and the hotel bookings you may have done if you had gone to that city yourself. So that much is a support from the federation. You get my drift?
My God.
It's a support from the federation. You see.
So they make about 50 to 80% on your back since you are representing India and since you are self-funded. So they will help you make some money for themselves. So
It's a new way of talking and learning from
So that's how it actually is. And that is disheartening. Plus, you're not supposed to do any other federation. I was like, why? Why? Are you funding me? No, I'm funding you guys. And you are supposed to, and you are going to dictate who and where I should be with. Which federation I should compete other than this. Athletes should be free. This is a very strong thing, I agree.
So true.
Even my athlete, as a coach, I never restrict them to say, you compete here or there. No, it's your life. No one should say that. Even I, a coach who's been there with you all along your career, should not say that. It's your life. You have to make money, you have to survive. You take the calls.
Yeah.
So this binding is something that has to go. Is making money on athletes' back has to go.
My God.
So it's a lot deeper than what we think.
Hmm.
So it's the same thing. Corruption exists everywhere.
Politics in sports.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
No, but we're very, very keen on learning about this lady,
Majiziya.
Majiziya Bhanu.
Majiziya Bhanu.
A hijab wearing
Yeah.
from
Yeah,
Kerala.
Kerala, yeah.
2 world titles.
Yes.
I mean, I didn't know this when we read about it. Obviously, we
Right.
saw this. It's phenomenal. Like, obviously she's probably told all her life that she doesn't belong there.
Yeah.
How did you even
I think Kerala is a lot
Fine.
different. Kerala is a lot different than other states in India.
really?
Even when
you
it comes
think?
to Muslims and their practices and all that, they're more pragmatic about it. They're more. I mean, the thing is, nowhere in the belief says that you cannot go and compete.
Hmm.
There are certain restrictions on clothing. Leave aside that. Besides that, there's nothing restricted. My kids compete. My daughter competes all alone. She's been competing from the age 11, 12.
Wow.
6 years already now. So there's nothing like that. It's the same thing. It's the male, whatever. So whatever that it is, you want to just color it up with religion because religion sells, religion moves, religion does things which you cannot do yourself. So you take the alibi and then push that through. Kerala is different. And when she met me and she said she wants to do that, I said, lovely, okay, let's do it. She took about a year and a half's prep, and she was good during that time. It's pre-COVID, 2018, 2019 is that period. She did good. She was good at her body weight and lifts. I think at 55 kilos, she squatted at 145, benched at 60, and deadlifted around 150.
Wow.
And that time, the powerlifting in India hadn't grown as such.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen the entire timeline of powerlifting in India. It started only post-COVID. That was because people didn't have equipments. They got some cage and barbell and bench at home, right? And started doing this. And then they realized, okay, this is fun. So the only take home from COVID is the growth of powerlifting in India. Prior to that, there wasn't much. We were more into the aesthetic side of it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I think you would have, and I could be wrong, you would have easily coached more than 5,000 people.
No, it is lesser. Because see, I have been a part of people's journey from the earlier stages of my career. I wouldn't take that as a coaching because I knew some stuff which I helped them through. If I count it that way, yes. But if I take it professionally as a coach, calling myself a coach, the engagements are longer in the sport. It's not like a transformation coaching where 6 months, 3 months, and you shift. You become a part of their life, they become a part of your life.
Yeah.
Correct.
The bonding is very different. It's a family.
I agree.
So there, two things happen. One is not everybody is able to match up to their wavelength, or maybe I can't fit into that wavelength. So you get selective. I am selective. I am selective. For me, it's not the strength or the experience that matters. I want the right attitude and aptitude to it. Rest of the stuff we can fix. There used to be these FIOLS principles, hire them for their attitude, train them on the skills, which we studied long time back in our management school. And that works across the board. If you have attitude, if you have ego, if you are full of yourself, no matter what your numbers are, you are going to downfall sooner or later. There is no continuity in this. Because somewhere will outrun you. And then what? You're no longer the Dila cream, you're no longer the top. What do you do then? Go crazy.
Exactly. What does a training week look like for you?
Off late, it's a little different. Across the 30 years, I would say, I used to have about 4 to 5 days a week, on and off, mostly. And the other 2 days I would rest, 2 or 3 days. Now I've learned to do the active recovery part better for myself. Because if I don't move every day, my joints start troubling me.
True.
I do have reactive arthritis. I mean, my joints inflame random. And everything else is broken. So I have to keep moving.
Oh.
If I don't, then that is more harder on my system. So I modulate the waves, as in, we call it, some people name it daily undulated periodization.
Yeah.
I just keep it simple. I go there and just move some stuff without the terms and the new names to it. So I need to move. That's the reason why I train. But the heavier part would still be around 4 days.
4 days.
So other 3 days or 2 days would be more of technique work, more of mobility, conditioning, that way.
And how do you look at, you spoke about recovery, of course you're doing active recovery work and all of that, but going like heavy barbell and things, how do you look at managing injuries?
Injuries. See, injuries happen regardless of whatever.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah. I mean, people are talking about, sometimes we have these kids off late on Instagram who are experts. They say, I'm the one who's injured the most. I am the one who survived the sport for the longest time.
Despite the injuries.
No, even the other way around. If you are in a sport, any sport for 3 years, you have a certain level of injuries. 10 times that or 12 times that. Obviously, that's going to multiply. And even now, I'm pushing. Last year, I squatted at 270 in Dubai. Unfortunately, I tore my triceps and the competition was terminated for me. I couldn't go deadlift. In 6 weeks, I got my stem cells and PRP therapy done with the doc. 25th of October, I got this done. 9th of December or 8th of December, I was at World Championships again. I squatted at 250. I benched 100 with a 7-week elbow.
Wow.
After the surgery and deadlifted at 270.
Wow.
So I'm still keeping up those numbers. So it's still, a little...
I don't think age is a matter here.
Yeah.
Age does matter,
continue to...
but I think what matters is how badly you want it still.
Yeah, the mindset, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So this is what I tell everybody that I train. It's not your strength, it's just one question. How badly do you want it? That makes a difference.
Yeah.
So I train intense today. I just sit back after the workout and I smile and tell myself, it's 34 years and the fire still remains the same for me.
So cool.
I just want to be better than yesterday.
Still.
So
amazing.
beautiful.
Okay, like your own bio
Yeah.
on Instagram openly says enhanced.
Yeah.
Why are you so honest?
I do. See, the thing is, you cannot do this naturally. At this age and these many injuries, and if I don't use performance enhancing drugs for recovery and keeping up the strength, I cannot do what I do. Everybody else in the world is doing it. There are federations who are doing it openly, like our federation. I compete in WRPF, WPC, where there are 2 categories. One is a tested, another untested. So I go there and test it. So it's fair. Everybody else is using enhancements. There are other federations who claim and appear to be tested, but no one is tested there.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean. So I would rather be clear and discreet about it. Let everybody know I am using some stuff. It is possible to use it safely. It is possible to do these things, what I do. But yeah, be open. What's happening today in the industry is a lot of kids often put this across that they've achieved a lot being natural. And the other natural kids, they will spend a lifetime or a few more lifetimes in it and they will not reach there. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's very, very wrong. That's something I'm completely against. I have respect for somebody who says, I'm natural and he lives up to that. Absolutely, I have uttermost respect for that. Whoever is enhanced is enhanced. I hate these people who are calling this a lifetime natty. While I know there are some people, I have administered substances and they claim on Instagram they're lifetime natty. I'm like, God, I have run the cycles. So it's bad.
Yeah.
Ah, my God, there's so much stuff. I'm like, okay, my sport is fairly simple. Like what we do, like our running and this.
People are doping there.
Yeah, okay. By the way, enhancements is not just about testosterone.
No, yeah, absolutely.
There are enough and more stuff for cardio endurance as well.
Endurance as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The thing is, we're not on that stage where testing happens, right? We're still amateurs.
I don't think they test it at that level anywhere.
Exactly. So we're
without calling
in a different
names out
world.
there, but I know how it works. So,
but tell us a little bit about you mentioned your kids already train, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that even before starting to teach them how to lift, you apparently taught them the grind.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what happens?
This will be very important for us because we have very small ones.
In
but
the
I
age
think-
of PlayStation and screens.
Ours are-
See, the first thing that I did with the kids is the toys. This is serious stuff. Everybody gets them plush toys and all that. Yeah, that's fine. They played around with the soft toys. I got them the small sandbags. 1/4 kilo, 1/2 kilo, 1 kilo. Sandbags. They cannot go wrong with it. They'll pick it up, throw it around.
Yeah.
They'll play with heavier objects than softer toys, which are light. They started when they were really like half or 1 year old. They carried some stuff with them. By kid, you give them something, they'll play with it.
Correct.
So they had to learn that bit, wherein they're not intimidated of something heavy. First thing is that. That's the fear everybody has. Just remove that part. By keeping it BAU, it's business as usual for them. Just pick it up and move. Then when I would keep adding that load a little bit, they would pick it up and they would, they look at me that they're not able to. I would play with them. I said, come on, let's do it. You can try. Like how you play with kids. It's just that the load's varied.
Yeah.
So they learn that anything that they want, there has to be an effort for it.
Sweet.
Yeah. Anything in life, you need an effort. And that translated slowly. I taught them barbell-based movements maybe 6, 7, 8 years later.
Got it.
Yeah, people go, again, the thing is, what is strength? Strength is not a barbell.
Yeah. You're right. Lifting heavy stuff, that's all. Yeah.
Like I was telling you about the ASI method. Why do I have that in there? Push, pull, throw, carry, drag. That is strength.
Sounds like Hyrox is learned from Azmat.
Hyrox is another name to something which was existing earlier.
Exactly. Absolutely. It's those movement patterns are what we all need, right? It's just...
It's just a little bit more hardcore version of what it used to be.
Correct.
I would say that.
Correct.
I like what they're doing. It's just that I don't like the conditioning. I mean, I don't like the switch over between VO2 max and peaks. That is not right on your, I don't know how that works scientifically in the body. I mean, you will adapt what you train for. That's fine. But is that the right way? I would rather have the heavier bit earlier than the endurance bit later.
Then the endurance bit. That's the ATX format.
Yeah.
ATHX games.
Yes. That's exactly the format of ATHX.
Yeah. ATHX games is, it's a strict press.
Squat and strict press and deadlift.
Strict press, deadlift,
exactly.
and
that's
squat.
fair.
Yeah. And then you get into conditioning.
Then you get into endurance and metabolic conditioning.
Good. It's not the, I mean, everybody is crazy about it. It'll last for a 5-year period, maybe a 10, then it'll evaporate. And all of them have gone that way. What sustains is lifting for lifting, endurance for endurance. The weird and whatever mix and matches of this will not stay for long. It's not sustainable. CrossFit had the highest number of injuries.
Of course, that I'm
because lack of technique, and again that mix. You do exercises which are like the epitome of weightlifting, like gymnastics with a bar is a clean and jerk or snatch.
Yeah.
Then you're doing for time. You need technique.
Correct.
So you throw the technique out of the window and you just do it for time, however possible. Obviously, you get injured. It's not the sport; it's the way the whole format is arranged.
Yeah. CrossFit, in fact, didn't start with that methodology. CrossFit, it's just that CrossFit games happened and the popularity happened because of CrossFit games. So the chasing numbers and all of that started.
Absolutely.
I think the CrossFit, the evolution of that, as much as I remember, I could be wrong, was the armed forces people training in the short duration of time for the optimal performance. That was the origin of this. Shrink wrap sessions, focused. So I don't think they had this kind of stuff. They might have had strength circuits and then endurance circuits or maybe some complex.
Exactly, like pieces, right? Yeah. Which is why I enjoy that whole ATHX thing. Is so beautifully done.
This is interesting. ATHX, huh?
That
It's pretty cool.
ATHX, okay.
I'll send you the.
Do they have events here?
No,
Not
they
yet.
are going to soon come here, I think.
I would love to have
like
our...
your...
our guys will be more than happy.
So it's those 3 heavy movements. You get a nice 10-minute break after that.
Yeah.
Then you go into your endurance block, right? There's rowing and all of that.
Okay.
Then you get a 10-minute break and you go into a metabolic conditioning block.
That
like
is
box
fun.
jumps.
In the
and
lifting,
stuff
that
like
is fun.
Yeah, in the lifting block, you get 0 to 6 minutes to build up to your 5 RM strict press.
That is good.
Then another 6 minutes
that's
to build
something
up.
you're talking about. Yeah, that's for us. This kind of stuff is good.
Yeah.
Where you block it because that body's adaptation for that kind of a lift or whatever your CNS, your firing, entirely different than running. That wave, I don't know how the human body behaves. You will adapt for anything you do. But is that, I don't know, still.
We are doing a lot of it.
I see a lot of people doing it, but good.
What we also want to talk about your initiative.
Power lift.
Yeah, I was very afraid of pronouncing it wrong, so I said start.
So I tried to take it as close to power lifting as possible, and then I saw a PAW, and then I saw this PAWER, PAWER. That I think that's the dearest thing for me because, like, even today, if I have to leave behind something, that would be a sanctuary for the stray cats and dogs. So that's something that is very dear, and I thought getting my kids into it right away and getting this. See, the sport has given me a lot, and if I can take something from the sport to something that I would want to leave behind for a purpose which is bigger than the sport and myself, then that would be the welfare of the stray cats and dogs. So we started this off. I have been working in organized way with a lot of rescuers and all that, and I see and the issues that they have. You cannot do what these guys do on the ground. It's very difficult. They literally give their whole life to it. At least you could support them financially with the vet bills and that kind of stuff. So we hosted championships, and the proceedings after whatever expenses, we give it away. So our time, our effort, that was not, we don't take that for us. We give it away to the stray cats and dogs welfare. And that's powerlift. It's an emotion, it's a thought for now. But what I would want it to be eventually is some kind of an initiative where it is self-sustaining, business models which will let it run not in charity but on something deliverable. And this is where my skill sets and my whatever comes in. So if I can set up a business model where we train athletes, where we have this ethos of improving the entire athlete level in India, and the outcome of which goes to something bigger than ourselves.
Yeah.
We are all going to go 10 years, 5 years. You're going to go. What do we leave behind?
That's amazing.
How old are you right now?
49.
Okay, we're close. I'm 46.
Yeah.
He's the beginning of 40s.
41.
Right.
I think I'll get to so this one's like, it's pretty heartwarming to, I don't know, it's tough. During the pandemic, and I read this article even back then, you carried more bodies, more dead bodies than you could count to their graves, and lit the funeral fire yourself for people whose own families were scared to come out.
Right. Yeah, it was, see, what happened in Bangalore after wave one, I was involved with ration distribution with the St. Joseph's institutions. It's St. Joseph's in Double Road at the end of it. You know that. I have certain links up there with my friends. So I was there entirely. So we were focusing on the ration distribution and all that in the impoverished areas. Then the lockdown, I think, opened up, and the deaths started to creep in. I think June, July-ish period. And I saw a certain video on the TV or internet. Gadag, they were just dumping bodies in a earth mover into a pit, or not knowing how to handle So that's what happened. I said we were not in that kind of a situation where we go this extreme. And luckily, my associations, there was this HPS hospital. They had an initiative called Mercy Angels. It was their hospital staff, primarily, an ambulance crew and a couple of them, who were taking these people who had died to their places of last rites. And I thought maybe I can join hands and do something. So that's how it started. Not here. I mean, it's not like that bad. Maybe it happened that bad. Yes, we could. What if we can make a difference? That's all the attempt was. Again, it was not to blow it out of proportion. No, can we make a difference? Yes. Okay. What does it take? Okay, this. Okay, let's try. So it was a little tricky at the beginning, but the only question that I asked myself, and I told even whoever is joining me, what if it was your own? What would you do? You would just let it rot? Simple. And that's the ethos that the whole thing then led to. I would tell the same thing to everybody. I would even have the volunteers come in, meet with me once. I wanted to understand what is their motive first. Second, what are they going to do? Because during this time, a lot of people try to milk stuff. And they tell me, then when they are up to it emotionally and their IQ and EQ is in place, because you got to be smart, you can't be stupid also. You can't become a reason for spread. And considering what had happened, thank God to that jihad. What is that crap? Corona jihad shit at that time. We were like, okay, these people who will spread Corona all over India. So I said, guys, look, you have to be really careful here. Your mistake is going to reflect on a lot of things. And we didn't do that because we wanted to patch up the image of Muslims. No, it was something that we thought we could do, and we did. But this was very important. EQ and IQ, both in place. You don't want emotional people who will be idiots. And we have enough of those. And that's how it started. And then we had about 30 odd people with one post of mine on the Instagram and Facebook. 30 of my lifters community got in. And we had a lot of, about 8 ambulances operated on a daily basis. 3 for the HERS vans, 4, and the other one for patient transfers. We're doing both. Critical patients and the patient transfers, and then this. I was trained on NIV as well, which is non-invasive ventilator, which we use in the ventilation, in the ambulance.
Oh.
And I drove an ambulance. I did everything that was probably required at that time. And that's as simple. We felt that we could do something. We did, and that's that.
It takes heart to do it. Yeah.
Exactly.
It was not that hard. Really, it's not that hard. Come on.
No, you're just a very good human.
Yeah.
Husband. That's all I want to say.
Exactly.
And I'm so glad we did this.
Yep.
I appreciate it.
No, I mean, it's nice to know. I mean, you see this big man, one of the world's strongest, with the softest heart in the world also, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were really thankful for that opportunity, because it was probably an opportunity of a lifetime, a calling for each one of us. We did what we could. No one got infected to the extent where anyone was close to being serious. We got infected. There have been very close calls for me. Once I remember, I was moving the body from the the tray in the morgue, right? I put my hands through, and for some reason the electricity had been cut off, and he didn't tell me. I tore my glove, and there was water below. I looked at that and looked at the guy. I said, "You should have told me that there is no power." So the whole body's fluids were below. And I tore my glove. Luckily, there was no scratch on my hand.
Oh, otherwise it would have. Oh.
There are many close calls for this. I mean, you're very close to a dead body. And that's...
and then you have kids back home.
Luckily, I have 2 levels in the house. I stayed at a
So
different
quarantine.
level. I didn't see them for long times. So food used to come down, I would be alone.
But did you discuss with them before you?
Yeah, I told them, I'm going.
I think he's beyond discussion. by now you should have figured.
Yeah.
No, I told them that it is. I said, why you? I said, then who? Everybody's going to say the same thing.
You're right.
Yeah, I'm sure it's.
You're right.
Yeah, why you? Then who
Yeah.
then? And who?
Wow.
Everyone's going to say the same thing. The answers are very simple if we have the right questions.
Yeah, I've personally not met anyone so selfless.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I am not selfish. I'm selfish.
You're selfish maybe in the right ways, wherever it's needed, but you are selfish. Yeah, I'm sure you get told this all the time. You're just being very modest about it.
No,
But thank you
Yeah.
for
Appreciate
today.